You tell them I'm coming, and hell's coming with me, you hear? Hell's coming with me!
As I said in my last short 1-minute video, fart. Looks like Oklahoma may be about to get an offense to go with that tremendous defense. If they can get John Mateer to commit. They said that Miami's coming in last minute to make a push. And he's already got a wide receiver named Giovanni Gibson that everybody's raving about. So, should John Mateer commit to Oklahoma? Or should he commit to Miami? Let's talk about it. Here we go, once again, riding on in. It's the Outlaw Posse. Now, in effect, in today's Four Horsemen shout-outs go to Trucking with Cliff, Dakota Green, Billy Burks, and Texas Torpedo 01 are mounted up and saddled up and ready to go. They're going to help us with today's college football invasion. And if you want to get your badge and get deputized and get a random Four Horsemen shout-out like they just did and get your badge, as well as possibly the comment of the day, which is coming later in the show. All you got to do is hit the little join button over by the subscribe button. It's $2.99 a month, just 75 cents a week. That's just a half a bottle of water for the Outlaw. And then, of course, there's the big four, which are absolutely free. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe. We're almost to 5,000. That's a huge milestone for any channel. We're at 49.70. All we need is 30 more subscriptions, and they're free. Show. Now, getting right to it here. Now, it looks like some people are getting worried, man. It's like, damn, Brent Venables, he's got a good defense, but his offense just can't get there. But that may be coming to an end real quick. Now, I know there's a lot of true hearts out there that are, true hearting and crying over the fact that Michael Hawkins might get benched. And I like Michael Hawkins. He's well enough. He's a good guy. He's a good young man. But we want to win, right? Y'all want to win. We want to win. So whoever's the best quarterback, let's make him the starter. I mean, that's Captain Obvious, right? But Oklahoma is in the running and the lead for John Mateer, who is an explosive quarterback that was under Ben Arbuckle, who was the offensive coordinator at Washington State, and now he's at Oklahoma. Ben Arbuckle also created Cam Ward, who went to Miami, and that's why the whole Miami thing is coming up again, because Miami's already got a byproduct of Washington State already in Cam Ward. So why would John Mateer at this point come to Oklahoma over Miami? What is y'all's ideas? What is y'all's opinions on why Oklahoma should be the choice of John Mateer? And as we're doing this podcast, he's probably going to make a commitment one way or the other. Now let's get to why he should choose either Oklahoma or Miami. If you're going to choose Miami, John, I can understand why you would as a young man. We all know the main two reasons for going to Miami is women and beaches, the weather and women. Those are the only two reasons you would go to Miami. And it's a big, big pull. It's a big allure, I will say. I would honestly have Miami in one of my top 5 visits if I were one of those young guys looking at a school to go to and play my college ball. But that's the only 2 reasons. Outside of that, they have no fan support. They have no really game day experience because they have no fan support. And the stadium is in a pretty bad place, from what I understand. I've never been down there to it, but I have heard from many people horror stories about the stadium and the neighborhood that it's in. It's like a third world country. Some people even call them the Cuba Canes. Not me, but I've heard it. So don't get mad at me if you want and try to twist. They have been called the Cuba Canes many, many times. Now, Oklahoma, on the other hand, is a blue blood. They haven't won a national championship in a while. I think Miami actually has won one more recently than them. But even though Miami has 5 national championships, they still have no fan support. I keep coming back to that because for me, that's a part of the experience of going to college and playing is having that game day experience with the passionate fans. If you don't believe me, check it out. There it is. Look at that. And that is for an ACC game, from what I understand. And it's even worse when they get invited to bowl games. They don't travel very well. They're not going to travel down to their own home stadium. What makes you think they're going to travel to watch you play in a bowl game or a playoff game? They're not. They're just not. They're a bunch of fair weather fans. So I say again, John, you need to probably come play for Oklahoma, not just because of the fan support. There's other reasons. Oklahoma is more of a family atmosphere as well, as many, many recruits have attested to in their recruitment by Brent Venables. And Oklahoma has more of probably a better outlook as far as a program as a whole than Miami does, in my opinion. Miami's in the ACC. You got to take that into account. They're in the ACC. While it will probably be easier for John to rack up some stats in the ACC, and that may be one of his factors in deciding to go to Miami, is it might be easier. But do you want to look like the guy that took the easy way out? John, do you want to look like, I don't know, just off the top of my head, you want to look like Skittle Shitton, Lincoln Riley, that run off to USC because he didn't want to play the big bad SEC? I wouldn't. I'd want to come play in the conference that everybody has the utmost respect for and fears the most. Now, they got sort of screwed this year. It only got 3 bids in and got the Big Ten got 4 in. Then a lot of people throw that up in our face. But we all know in the end who the best conference is. And if you want to look like a real professional and you want to look like somebody who can play with the big boys before you get to the real big boys in the NFL, John, you would probably need to choose Oklahoma and the SEC. Now, the other topic I want to talk about today is a guy by the name of Alex Grinch, who used to be the defensive coordinator at Oklahoma. He's had a few choice words to say, little backhanded swipes at Oklahoma upon taking his job, I think it was at Central Florida, as the defensive coordinator. I don't have the tweet in front of me, and it may have been deleted by now, so I didn't get a chance to screenshot like I have these other ones that they always delete. But I'm just paraphrasing here. This is not word for word, but from what he said and the gist of it that I got, Alex Grinch basically said, I'm glad to be back in the Big 12 as a defensive coordinator, and I'm glad to be with a program in the Big 12 that actually takes defense seriously and wants to support their defensive staff in recruiting. Now, he may be taking a swipe at Oklahoma, or he may be taking a swipe at Lincoln Riley. I don't know. Probably a little bit of both. Because he said the last time he was in the Big 12, defense wasn't taken seriously. Players weren't recruited properly the last time he was in the Big 12. Lincoln Riley's in the Pac-12, or what used to be the Pac-12 is now the Big 10. So, Alex, buddy, yeah, you could probably blame Lincoln Riley for your very, how do I say, mediocre output while you were at Oklahoma, but you can't really blame Oklahoma, man, that, you weren't able to get out there and recruit when other people have been able to recruit Oklahoma in the past. It's just like your little reach around buddy there, Colin Coward, saying that you can't recruit to Oklahoma, and people have recruited Oklahoma for over 100 years. So, Alex, yeah, you probably are glad that Oklahoma's not in the Big 12 still, because they'd probably embarrass you at this point if Brent Venables gets John Mateer and Giovanni Gibson. Maybe a great combination. I'm hearing great reviews on Giovanni Gibson out of Arkansas Pine Bluff. So, Alex, just do your job, man. Go down there, play with Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, or whatever, and you and Scott Frost, he's back too, can claim another Mickey Mouse fake national championship together, hand in hand, man. Y'all can sing your little Mary Poppins songs and all that good Disney crap that you want. And that's all I got to say about that. Like, share, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Those are the big four, and they're all absolutely free. Subscribe. 5,000. We need that 5,000. We only need 30 more, so share me out to your friends. And if you want a little something extra, like I said before, you can join the Outlaw Posse for $2.99 a month, 75 cents a week. That's just a half a bottle of water for the Outlaw. You get your badge, you get deputized. Random Four Horseman shout out, as well as possibly the comment of the day. KMCA to all the other teams. Class is now officially dismissed.